Hey folks, this is Lonzo, the Godfather of West Coast Hip Hop. Check out my new merch line, folks. I got it all on LonzoWilliams.com. I got merch from the Lyrical Revolution and the old school merch from World Class Wrecking Crew, Juice, Surgery, Turn Off the Lights. All the shirts are available at LonzoWilliams.com/shop. All right, folks, you're live with Lonzo, the Godfather of West Coast Hip Hop. And today my guest is somebody by request. They said, Lonzo, you got all the brothers from Southern California. Get us somebody from up north, and preferably Digital Underground. Hey, man, here you go, folks. Today my guest is strictly from the north, my man Money B from Digital Underground. What's up with you, Money B?
What's happening with you, fam?
Man, I'm just doing what I do. I'm doing what I do, man. Just trying to keep this history alive, man.
I can dig it, as you should, and as you do.
Thank you, Doc. I appreciate that. What you doing these days, man?
I'm doing so much. Of course, still touring, as always. Right now the functioning members of Digital Underground that are touring is Money B and Young Hump.
Okay.
And also from time to time DJ Fuse and Pee Wee, original member, also member of the Dangerous Crew with Too Short. We go out on the road, so you'll always be able to catch us spreading the funk that way. Also manage the Digital Underground merchandising brand. So check out dumerch.com or digitalunder.t-shirts.com.
That ought to be fun.
Pick up some gear. And of course, I've finished my book, my autobiography.
What's it called?
The working title right now is called Hype Man, the Money B story. And, a lot of people will say, like, Money B, you were never a hype man. But really, it's a double meaning that, throughout my career, or just in the dynamics of Digital Underground, Shock G has always been looked at as the leader, right? So, and because the Humpty Dance was our biggest hit, he was the most recognizable character in our group. So while that's happening, I was always, even though, equal member, I did just as much as a frontman as an MC. The attention was always so much on those other characters that I was able to kind of stand back and see everything. So I was able to look at people looking at us without being looked at. You understand what I'm saying?
I got that.
And then the other part of it is, when I say hype man, the music industry is just one big hype machine. So we're all hype men in a sense. We're all part of this hype machine called the music industry, because that's all it is.
Right.
It's all hype. We create these images and whatnot, and people invest and believe in them, and we run with it on both sides.
What's your background, Doc?
On my book, I kind of go into it, even back before I was born, and a lot of people don't know that my father was a member of the Black Panther Party. So, I grew up, I went to the Oakland Community School, which is a school founded by the Panthers, a school that first initiated the free lunch and free breakfast program. They raised money for sickle cell anemia, which a lot of people didn't know that was mostly a disease that affected mostly Black people.
Right.
Huey P. Newton actually handed me my diploma when I graduated.
Wow, that's deep.
From the school. There's pictures.
So you like a Panther baby then?
Out there. Yeah, I'm a Panther Cub.
Okay, a Panther Cub. Okay.
Yeah, that's what they call us.
So is that something that you and Tupac had in common? I guess it's got to be.
Yeah, absolutely. So the one thing where it was most prevalent is that when Tupac expressed himself, when he expressed himself or would share his ideas of how he thought, or how he saw the world, or how he thought it should be, it wasn't foreign to me. Okay. Because the ideas that were instilled in him were the same that were instilled in me.
Okay.
So where a lot of people looked at him crazy, I had already heard it before. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So it wasn't far-fetched to me. So it was when we would talk, I guess he had a feeling of normalcy around me, because I didn't freak out when he would say things or have these ideas that seemed like, what are you talking about? I kind of understood where he was coming from. Even if I didn't agree, I still knew where it was coming from. And we could have conversations about it and share, similar stories about our background.
I got a question for you.
Sure.
How was it working with Tupac, man?
Oh man, one I will always tell people, his work ethic was greater than anything that I've ever experienced. Since before and since then. He had a work ethic out of this world, and he had a complete confidence about himself from day one that was undeniable. Now it could get crazy at times just because he believed in himself so much. Even when he was wrong, he still thought he was right. You know what I mean?
I understand.
So you got to deal with it on all levels.
I understand. I tell people it's funny, man. Me and Atron has been good friends forever before he even formed TNT Records. And for him to run into Tupac a few years later, and me and Tupac both have the same birthday. And Atron mentioned a couple, you guys remind me that both of y'all think y'all can do anything y'all put y'all mind to. Pretty much think I can. And, that's what I do. Hey, if I think I can do it, I'm going to damn sure try to make it happen. And, he laughs about that sometimes.
Yeah, and the other thing about Pac is he wasn't afraid to question anything. Like, if you told him something, he'll ask you why. You know what I mean?
Right.
You wouldn't just take, just because somebody said it doesn't make it true, or like that's the law, because, man makes law, but not, law is not just what a man says, you know what I mean?
I totally get it, Doc. I totally get it. So you guys, you touring, are you a regular tour now? You just going on spot dates and having a good time like we used to, or?
Well, I mean, it's a lot of spot dates. There have been tours. There are tours that are being looked at and worked on as we speak. So, like right now on our schedule, I know we got a few dates coming up. I don't want to share all of them because some of them are surprise dates.
Okay.
You know what I mean? We're surprise guests at certain events and whatnot. So,
okay.
But we're working.
Okay.
Sure.
I think that's a good thing, man. I'm looking forward to doing some dates myself this year as World Class Wrecking Crew. And it's just amazing, man, that, the phone don't ring as much. When it does ring, it's real. So it's a good thing to go out there and have it's a good thing to be able to go out and do what you love doing at our age. I don't know about you at my age, it's still fun to be able to go out there and do it. People still love what you do. And you guys represent.
Yeah, and the fact that that people still, respect it, enjoy it, or whatever.
You guys had a funk thing, man, that was out of this world, though, dude. I mean, for not to be a band per se, but to have these funky cuts, man. I was talking to Adrian about some of the things you guys have done with the Humpty Dance being used in commercials, and there's so much going on, man. That's a hell of a thing, Doc.
Well, you know what? A lot of people don't know, and I don't even know if he would even want this to be shared, but fuck it.
Come on.
Shock used to be in a funk band.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I forget man, I can't remember the name of it. But he was in a band briefly. Okay. And I believe he was like the keyboard player.
But Shock's like an accomplished piano player too, right?
He is. Oh man, he's a genius.
Wow. Okay. Adrian told me that. He said this brother can sit on the piano, and he's trained in classical music and the whole 9 yards. So he
can, and he was self-taught.
Wow.
Which is more amazing. So, and he knows it.
Okay. Is there a reason why he don't tour anymore, or he just tired of it and just?
Well, I think certain people, they want to move and do it.
Okay.
As they feel. So for whatever reason, if he's tired or he's just not enjoying it, from explanation to us, he just wanted to take a break. Okay. But he's okay with everybody else continuing and carrying on.
That's the
legacy of the funk.
That's a big move right there, man, to say, man, y'all go ahead and keep on doing this. I'll get back with y'all later on, man. And a lot of cats will be hating on that, man. And that's a real dude move right there. That's a real player move right there. I got to commend him on that. And, it's just amazing, man, that, how long you guys, about 30 years, 35 years now?
The first Digital Underground record was 1988.
Wow.
And the first record that I appeared on was in '89, which was Do What You Like, which came out in '89.
Okay.
So this is 31 years.
When I remember H, when he first dropped Underwater Rhymes, I'm like, who is Digital Underground, and what is an underwater rhyme? But it brought me back to George Clinton and P-Funk when they was doing the Underwater Boogie and blah, 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 blah. So it was a whole different thing, man. Now, you guys are from Oakland, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I got a question, man. I was sitting up there thinking one day, and I thought about this on my podcast. And when I think about Oakland and up Northern California, you guys have Hammer, Paris, E40, Too Short, and no two groups are alike. And you guys still maintain your individuality, but you still maintain the Southern California in vibe. Are there gangs in Northern California?
No.
No, there are no gangs in Northern California?
Well, there were, like, back then, the only place that you had gangs were like Sacramento.
Okay.
Is from what I remember back then. You know, there was a lot of blood. And Sacramento was about, what?
50 miles?
Maybe 100 miles north.
Okay.
No, it's a little bit further. It's about an hour drive. So if you know, everybody in Southern California, if Oakland's LA, then Sacramento is like San Bernardino or something like that.
Okay.
It's out the way, right? Okay. So that's as far as it came. And you gotta remember that a lot of this gang culture is centralized in the prisons, right?
Okay.
So up north we had the Black Guerrilla family, BGF, and other factions that control Oakland and the Bay Area. So gangs never were able to, like, infiltrate the Bay. Even to this day, it's like, you know, and trust me, you know, they've come up, but they just got ran out, you know, for whatever reason. Yeah, so, and it's kind of crazy, and not even to go take it any other, you know, for anybody to feel any kind of way. It's just like we just didn't
trip.
Yeah, it was kind of
even doing the crack era. Even doing the crack era.
Yeah. Meaning. Okay, that's what I want to say. I want to. You know, you always want to tread lightly and say things.
I understand.
Politically correct, but in a sense, like, we could never see how you could just follow blindly behind something. And our whole thing is, if you're gonna get in and you're gonna go somewhere, why would you all wear the same shit? Because I remember one time, when Easy and N.W.A. came and performed. They performed. There's a concert at the Henry J. This had to been like 88, 89. And it was the first time, me personally, that I seen, like, Crips, because there was this, I guess a lot of them came up behind N.W.A. and there was a big fight on the dance floor. And I'm a kid. I'm like up in the stands watching, and I watched it all unfold. And I seen, you know, the fight started. Then all of a sudden, you seen these dudes get, you know, back to back in like a circle. They all had on bluish color stuff. And then the fight started. You know, they got whooped. And then when it was over and the lights came on, you could just see all the dudes wearing blue. And the security grabbed all the people wearing blue, whooped them again, and then threw them out. And it's like, you know, and I seen the dudes that was from the Bay and from Oakland, you know, cats from the village that I recognized, they just kind of turned their back and fit right back into the crowd because they weren't dressed a certain way. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And I could just never understand, like, why would you come somewhere basically wearing a uniform saying that this is me? Because when shit happens, they got rolled up by the niggas in Oakland. Then they got rolled up again by security because they was all wearing.
They was identifiable.
They was identifiable.
Right.
So, you know, we could. I just couldn't. And I know a lot of people. We just couldn't fathom why you would do that. Like, it didn't make sense. To put it simple and plain. Okay. And it wasn't like they was tougher because they got whooped. You know what I mean? So it just. You know, same thing with Chicago, right? And that gang thing, wearing their hats cocked. It's like, obviously, when you go somewhere, you have to respect it, right?
Right.
You know, because I seen, growing up also, when I was in high school, this cat from Chicago he came up to this school that I was going to, and he was talking all of this stuff, but he's only one guy. Like, it doesn't travel with you.
Okay.
Just to say that they didn't know what a vice lord was or whatever, and he got put in the hospital just for saying it. You know, I'm always one like, you know, I don't care if you in Bloomfield, Indiana, whatever they claiming or calling, you got to respect it while you're there.
Okay.
And I think that's just how I've always moved, you know, because like you said, touring since the 80s, it was crazy, right?
Right.
And I've never had an issue.
That was my next question. That was my next question. I mean, you know, you guys bringing the funk, unless you bring the funk with some other things along with it, you pretty much don't have no real issues, right?
Nah, I never had an issue. And the other thing that I noticed coming up in the game is like, I always remembered, because remember, like, you know, Atron, he used to, when he managed, you know, he managed for N.W.A. and GodFather and all of them. Right. He worked for Ruthless. So when they would come up to Oakland, I always got to go to the shows. Okay. Or when they made appearances, because, you know, we were under Atron and he had access. So I just remember whenever N.W.A. came, I remember one time they came up and they had like this walkthrough or this appearance at this club called the Omni in North Oakland. Okay. And I'm with Atron, but N.W.A. is in there, and I just hear all the little cats around going like, man, I'm about to see how gangster they really is. You know, everywhere you go, if you claim gangster, the gangsters in each city want to test their gangster.
It's like the old
they want to gauge their gangster against the gangster. Right. And I just never wanted to have to deal with that because I saw the problems that it brought. Wow. And that's with anything. And I kind of felt like you kind of speak into existence what you want in life. You know what I mean? Right. So if you always talking about gangster and going to jail and getting shot, eventually something like that's gonna come to fruition or it's gonna present itself. So I always felt like, well, if I talk about enough pussy and drink and money, party, it was gonna come to me. Okay. So I made sure to always mention it.
I ain't mad at you, Doc. I same here, Doc. That's pretty much been my whole conversation since 1986. Okay, I get it 100%. Much love. I appreciate that.
Because you know, like, you know, I came up under Egyptian Lover. And, dude, I used to fantasize when I used to listen to Egyptian. He talk about how the women is. I was like, man, Egyptian Lover must just be laying up in it. See, I wanted to be that.
People don't realize even the cats like us, Egypt and LA Dream Team and Wrecking Crew, we had influence also, man. This was a different type of influence, you know. Mm-hmm. It made them, you know, when I met Short for the first time, I didn't meet Short until about 3 years ago for the first time. I stuck my hand out to me. Hey, you know, I want to introduce myself. And he said, nigga, I know who you are, homeboy. You Lonzo, world-class Wrecking Crew. I got all your records and boo, 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 boo. So, you know, we carried weight and he know we carried it.
Because I before I was a rapper, I thought I was going to be a DJ. Okay. So I had every record. I had a Cabbage Patch, Surgery, and motherfucking every, you know, Dollar Free. Okay. LA Dream Team is cool. I bought all those records. Everything, dude, if it had the Macola thing on it. Right. Okay. You know what I mean? And techno pop and all that shit. Techno hop. And remember, what was that? It was a Ichiban record.
Ichiban, yeah. I was out of JDC,
yeah. I used to just buy those records, like when they came out, because you know back then you could go and you could listen to them, but after a while, you could buy records because back then also, if you really didn't like it, and I knew the people at the record store, I could take it back, exchange it. You know what I mean? So I kind of like that was kind of like. And what was that, like 84, 85-ish, right? Right. That's when I was most impressionable at 15, 14 years old. Okay. So, and you guys didn't have pictures on the record. So all we could do was just imagine what it was like. Right. You understand what I'm saying? So, and I'm, hello, baby. Yeah. Where I am. And I'm like, Yeah,
Funny.
right, because I'm originally from, and on the flip side of it, I'm originally from the East Coast. I'm from Philadelphia.
Okay.
That's where my family's from. So I would always go back east for the summers to Philly and New Jersey. So I would take those records and cassettes with me. You know, I had the Too Short tapes before he was making records.
Okay.
I had the Egyptian Lover shit and all of that. And I used to go back to Philly and I'd be playing and they'd be like, what the fuck is, get that shit out of it. You know what I mean? They used to, what the fuck is that like, bro? I don't understand. And so I was at the time I was trying, even back then I was trying to push what we were doing to them. They wasn't hearing it. And then at the same time, I was also bringing back Curtis Blow, AJ Scratch, Houdini shit before we got it in Oakland and on the West Coast. So I was getting the best of both worlds growing up. You know, I was getting obviously all of the West Coast shit that they couldn't get.
Right.
But when I would go back east, I would bring home all of the East Coast shit early. So, you know, I would always tell people, I'm probably one person that has more hip hop knowledge than most people because I have it from both sides. Okay. Like extensively. Okay. Like, you know, the cats that originated hip hop, they really only know the East Coast shit. And like the real LA or West Coast cats that just kind of was deep into it, they really only know what we were doing. But I was bouncing back and forth the whole time growing up, and I was soaking in everything. Okay. So, and then it even if you think about it, it helped me when we finally did start traveling as Digital Underground because, you know, when you are you from LA originally?
Yeah, born and raised.
Okay, so you're born and raised. And you remember when you first left LA and started traveling, it was like a culture shock when you would see different things, right? Yeah. But it wasn't to me because I had already seen it. Right. So and so of our group and people to this day, like, you know, I went and did Sway, you know, Heather B, she rocked with Karis One in them, right? Okay. She told me, she was like, yo, it was like, man, it was like something about you. You was always cool. And you always just seemed like you was cool. It was because their culture didn't freak me out the way that it freaked some of the other people out. So I was able to really like, I don't know if you want to say like, I could relate to it. Yeah. And it didn't, you know, I didn't trip. So I was really cool with everybody when we went because I was able to just kind of fit in and kind of just fall right into what was going on.
Let's go back for a minute. How did you guys get together, man? How did you guys get together in the beginning?
Obviously, you know, we'll start after Atron. Because, you know, Atron was the label. But as far as the group members, Digital Underground was Shock G's baby. Okay. You know, him and he came to the Bay Area by way of Tampa, Florida. Okay. He's originally from New York, but I think he went to high school in Tampa, where his dad lives. By the time he got to the West Coast, and I think he did a little pimping on his way. That's how he, you know, he had a girl.
Okay, I get that.
Like that shit is real. That good thing that we're rapping, that's a real story. You know, he was a little street hustler. He got his thing, and he made it out. And I think the first record, it was Shock G, Chop Master J, and I think they had another DJ. I forget his name. Okay. Because I remember I had Underwater Rhymes before I was even in the group. Oh, okay. I thought it was a dope. It was a dope record. Okay, yeah. To me. Around the same time, me and DJ Fuse were Raw Fusion, and another cat, Mac Moan. We had our own group, but we were locally doing talent shows and trying to get on. But DJ Fuse was recognized probably as one of the dopest DJs in the Bay. Okay. And Digital Underground needed a DJ, right? And through mutual friends, there was a meeting set up, and they wanted Fuse to be their DJ, but Fuse was kind of like, we're a package deal. You know, you got to fuck with all of us. And long story short, that's how it started.
Well, how did Tupac get in the group then?
Tupac was initially signed as a group to Atron and TNT Records. Okay. Right. And when their group thing wasn't working out, Tupac was retained as a solo artist under TNT Records for Atron. And, Atron was trying to get him a deal for a minute, and things weren't moving as fast as he wanted them to. But mind you, all the while we were doing Do What You Like and working on the first album, Tupac was around. He was signed to the label. So we were all working in the same
studio?
We were all around. Kind of like, DOC, JJ Fad, N.W.A. You guys were all
everybody in the circle.
Around. Everybody in the same circle. So he was in our circle, but he just wasn't officially in the group. When we came back from Europe after our first Europe tour, and we were about to do our first US tour, Atron asked Shock if we could bring him on the tour, because Atron was fearing that he was going to lose Tupac because it was taking too long for him to get a deal. And so that's how Pac, got in the group, because he was already in our circle. It was like, it was a no-brainer. You know what I mean? He was already working on music. We were all working together anyway. So like, all right, cool, let's rock. And he got out there, and it just worked. And then after the same song, the rest is history.
And that was a crazy-ass movie, man. What was that called again? What was that movie called?
Nothing But Trouble.
Nothing But Trouble, right. With Dan Aykroyd and who else was that? And
John Candy,
yeah. And it was a weird movie. It was like a bad dream type of movie to me, man.
Chevy Chase. Yeah, it was like some cult.
Yeah, it was some cult shit, and it was really crazy. If you haven't seen it yet, you got to check it out. But I remember when I saw them pull up in the limousine in the Hertz. Y'all was in the Hertz in the movie.
Yeah.
And I heard them break out with the same song, and Homeboy started playing the judge started, the Tupac. I'm like, ain't this something? And I know you guys. I knew of you guys through Atron. Right. And I was like, damn, they and then they came out with the shit. I'm like, ain't this something else, man? The whole movie was spooky. It was really weird. It wasn't a horror movie, but it had some weird shit and fat
it was like some dark. It was like some dark cultish type. And it's funny because it's for a lot of people, it's a cult classic.
Yeah.
Even if it's just because we were in, all of the characters that were in it. But I remember when I went to go see it in the theaters, as it was playing, I was kind of slumping in my seat. I was like, oh, this is a bad movie. I thought it was just terrible.
Wow.
I was embarrassed to be in it, but it worked out.
It worked out, man. It worked out. Now, how did Tupac get that solo in that planned or something that he just came up with during that particular song, or was that what?
What do you mean?
I know he had a chance to bust a little something in that movie, and that was.
Well, we were on tour. Right?
Okay.
And we were actually, I think we were in between tours. So as we were getting off the tour, we got the opportunity to do the song,
Okay.
And Shock was like, hey, we're about to do this new song. This is the beat. He sent us tapes. I actually have the cassette that he sent us. Wow. I have a copy of the cassette that he sent us. And he's like talking to him. He's like, all right, look, this is what we're going to do. All right, Tupac, you do 8 bars here. Mine, you do yours right here. And I'm going to do this. And this is what the song is about. And this is the concept. And so we were given 8 bars each to bus.
Okay.
And we did it. And then actually when we recorded the song on that next tour, we kind of previewed it. We didn't preview the beat, but we would kick the verses during like this extended version of the Humpty Dance at the end of the show. Okay. So we were basically doing the song before it came out. People didn't know it.
Wow.
And she came out, and it worked.
Okay. All right.
So
let me do a quick plug. My guest today, folks, is Money B from Digital Underground, triple OG out of Northern California. Oakland? You Oakland?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Oakland. East Oakland, West Oakland, where you?
Nah, it's I always tell people, like, I bounced around in Oakland so much. If I
you can't claim the section.
Tell people yeah, I mean, I would always say I'm from around the lake.
Okay.
I like Merritt.
Okay.
But people claim me in different areas.
Man, I got a lot. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I would say more people will more know me from like North Oakland, Berkeley.
Okay.
area.
I got a lot of family up Oakland, man. I love East Oakland, East 14th, MacArthur over in that area over there. Me and my cousin, we used to hang out at the at Lake Merritt from time to time, man, on Sunday, dude. That was something else for me. That was a culture shock for me, okay?
Yeah, Lake Merritt.
Lake Merritt, okay? Yeah, we had a ball up there. All right, folks, man, I ain't gonna hold you up, Doc. Man, thank you for your time, man. I much appreciate the interview. I'm sure my folks are gonna subscribe, like, and share. Money B, you got something you want to tell them to, man? You got an email? I mean, not email, but a Instagram or a website?
Instagram. Yeah, everybody follow me at MoneyB69, like the position. At MoneyB69. That's Instagram and Twitter, or you can follow on Facebook. Just follow the Digital Underground fan page or Money B fan page. And we got the Money B and Young Hump album coming out. Look for Mask, which is Money B and Scott Knox. You got the Money B solo project. There's going to be a soundtrack to my book. Okay. So it's music coming. Look for the book. Right now it's called Hype Man, the Money B Story. Definitely pick up your Digital Underground merchandise at digitalundergroundtshirts.com or dumerch.com. I mean, I'm rocking. I'm working.
I ain't mad, Doc. Really, we all are.
If you follow me on Instagram, okay, I'm always promoting what I'm doing, so you can keep up with me that way.
You got it.
And if you drop me a line, I answer all my DMs.
I do the same thing.
Not no bullshit, though.
Okay. All right, Money B. Much love, folks. You're live with Alonzo, the Godfather, West Coast Hip Hop. My guest today has been my man, Money B from Digital Underground, folks. Much love, folks. West always, baby. Peace.
All right. Peace.